Hey guys, today we are going to explore how to use the text wrap tool in the all-new Affinity. I will show you how to use the text wrap tool to make your layouts both beautiful and interesting, and we will cover where to find the text wrap tools, how it works, and then how to customize it to your liking. So for those of you who are not aware what text wrap actually is, it is super important if you're doing anything with text. So primarily you would use it for something like publishing, so for magazine layouts, or you might use it for maybe a flyer design or a brochure design, or primarily it's going to be used for print. So I will give you a demonstration. So right now we've got some text and it is going under this shape, but we want it to wrap around, hence the name text wrap. So I'm going to go up in here. So I've actually added these to my menu bar here. So there's two ways you can kind of do this. You can go here, customize toolbar, and then add the wrapping tools up here and add wrapping and just drag that up, which I have already done. Or you can go to text and text wrap, and then you've got your text wrap settings. You can edit it, and we'll get to the other stuff a bit later. But for now, I'm just going to use my handy little buttons up here, and I'm going to go show text wrap settings. Once you click that, you have some options. So it is currently on none, which means no wrapping. We can do a jump, which basically means a whole bunch of area is just going to be away from your shape. We've got a square, which you can kind of see a bit better when we moved it around. So like this, you can see that it's making a square around it. Let's bring that back to where it was. And then tight. Tight is the one I like to use because it really wraps it around it nicely. And then here you can use distance from text and decide how far away you want your stuff to be from the text itself. So we can bring this up, and if I make that all nicely linked, then you see you can go pretty extreme with this. Now, as I move it, it is making a nice wide circle around our circle where none of the text will touch. But we don't need it to be quite that big. So let's bring it down to, let's see, maybe 0.1, 0.2. We'll do 0.1. See, as you can see, the text itself is going around the circle nicely. It's not touching, and it's giving a little bit of space. And that'll basically just move along with us wherever we move this shape to. It will wrap the text around it, like there. So let's close out of that, and then I will show you the next thing we are going to do. So I currently have a photo here. Now the photo is taking up pretty much the whole page. It's actually a photo here and then just a solid color that fades. But how am I supposed to wrap the text around that? So for instance, if I want to have the text kind of going around the mountains, well, the program can't actually read the mountains and the sky as different elements. So if I go into my settings, it's just going to treat this entire thing as the object that I want to wrap my text around. So it'll kind of do that. So there is a way, if I undo all of that. So for example, if I want to have the text wrapping around the mountains, I could do that, which is nice, but I want to have it to have like the outline of the mountains. So to do that, we're going to grab the pen tool. And you can probably use the pencil tool as well, but I think I'm just going to use pen tool for this. And I'm actually just going to draw the outline of the mountain here, and I will take off my snapping for this because I don't need snapping on. And I'm just drawing the outline pretty much as you see it. However, I want it to be trying to be relatively accurate, but you don't need to be super accurate with the mountains here because you're not actually drawing a vector shape. You are just drawing where you want the text to not be. And I'm going to draw on the other side of this page here. Oops, kind of missed that one a bit. That's okay, we can edit it later. And since I might have text coming into this area, I should probably do these little mountains as well, until we've got a really nice little mountainy shape. And then at the bottom, I'm just going to connect it like that. And then we can give it a fill color so we can see what it looks like. And we can adjust if necessary, because this right here, well, we didn't quite make that how it should be. And now it's getting all weird. So we'll do it right about there, and add another point in here. and just edit it as necessary. But again, it's not a huge deal, and you will see why. So now we can use this outline to do the text wrapping. So I can go tight again, and as you see with my 0.1 settings, it wraps so nicely. But what do we do if we don't want this to show? Well, we just make it not show. We just get rid of the stroke color and the fill color, and we set it to none. And fortunately, even without colors, it still registers as a shape being there. And it's a bit harder to select now, but it is still there, and you can still go up and edit any of the text wrapping settings you want. And if you really want, you can move it around. So for example, if you want to have this and the mountain up a bit higher, you basically just move those together and you've got it. And you can always adjust that and change it if you want. But yeah, that's how you would do a custom, what would that be called? Like a custom overlay text wrap thingy. Yeah, really technical there. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is get a bit creative with a super fun and pretty colorful page. And as you can see, this page has a lot going on. There's a lot of different elements. And then I've got my text, which is obviously kind of just over top of it, or in this case, under it. So we want to do all of this stuff, and we want to make it text wrappy. Again, another technical term. So we are going to start with using the title here, and we're just going to select it. And there is a baby with me, so you might hear her. And then we're going to go into text wrap settings. And again, I'm going to go into tight because then it wraps around there, just kind of cool like that. We could go square, but it's not going to wrap as cool. It's just not. And I like the 0.24. I think that's enough spacing. So we'll go close. And why don't we just bring this up? But oh wait, we can't bring it up because we have text wrap. And this as an image is, well, it's got stuff wrapped. So how are we supposed to move this? We can have it here if we like. Yeah, the baby is super loud. Or we can bring it up, but we will have to go to text, then text wrap, and ignore text wraps. There we go. So now if you want text that doesn't adhere to the laws of the text wrap, you just do that, which is wonderful in case you want to have, well, this exactly. So now we can put it wherever we like, and it's just going to ignore our text wrap here. So what are we doing next? Well, we'll take these fun little colors down here, and because they are all just individual little vector elements, we can wrap them nicely. So we'll press tight again here, but well, things are going a bit farther away. So why don't we bring this down just a little bit so we can actually have our text just a bit closer. Now you still may want to move the image around just so you don't get any widows and orphans happening in the text, because we don't want that. We want it to still read nicely. So yeah, sometimes you just got to move things around. Like you don't want this. You want to avoid having just a random word by itself as much as possible. So that is not ideal, but it's still better. So I think this is probably best for now. And as you can see, it also wraps around, or the text here wraps around the shape as well. And I think that works. And we can do the same with this. Again, text wrap settings, and we'll go tight. And I think, yeah, we'll go with, let's see, maybe 0.19-ish. Yeah, that works. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. All right, now the last one we have here, as you can see, doesn't really need a text wrap similar to this. So what it does need instead is some better margins in this shape. So what we can do is actually click on this, go up to our settings, and click on edge. So as you see, it moves the text kind of away from the edge, and same as we did before with these, we can just adjust the settings to kind of get it wherever we want it to be, like that. So it's a text wrap, but it's a little bit different. But it is still a very, very useful feature when working with large amounts of text. Now, I think the last thing we need to cover is how to undo the text wrap. And you probably have already figured it out because it's pretty easy. So you just click on the object you don't want to have wrapped anymore. Go up to your settings and just click on none. See? It's super easy. Now there is actually one more we could cover. Let me just put this back onto that. So the other one, as you probably noticed in the settings there, is if you want to do something like that and just draw just a regular little square here, and you can have the text wrapping inside of that, which is an interesting one. And I haven't actually used this in any publication or in any time ever. But as you can see, it kind of wraps the text both around the edge and on the inside. So you could actually do some pretty cool creative stuff with this. For example, you could have like a crazy, windy, curvy shape where some of the text is on the inside and some is on the outside. But I have yet to actually use that. But I know you could do something pretty cool with it. But for now, I'm going to delete that because this layout specifically doesn't really work well with that. And I think we are done. So I hope that gave you guys a quick little idea of how to use the text wrap tool, because it is super helpful. And when you are doing, publication design, or really anytime you're working with large amounts of text like this, or like this, or text in mountains or text in shapes, it's a really good tool to know how to use, and I encourage you to go and play around with it because it's also a pretty fun tool. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.